want to be a millionaire by the time I'm 19 with 20 apartment buildings and 5 co-living houses.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining us today on another episode of Purpose-Driven Investment. And today I have my friend David and his son James with me. James, how old are you?
14 years old.
14 years old. And then I've seen you a couple times coming to the Owners Club retreat. How many times you came with us for the retreat?
This is my first Owners Club retreat, but I came to Squat Up Summit and Community Camp.
Wow. So I think it's so wonderful that you brought James to the retreat. Tell us a little bit of how you started and how you two decided to tag team together.
Originally, we went to community camp. My mom and sister didn't go because of work and school. I went to the thing with the real estate retreat at the thing, and I just really loved it.
Was it last year's community camp or this year's community camp? It was the most recent one?
Yes.
Yeah, it was in September 2020.
Oh, the one when they rented like a huge space in an indoor space. Yeah, I went to the first one. I think the second one's super cool. So you went there and you decided you just love it.
Yeah, and then Lace Morby got us tickets to the Aspire tour, and I still really liked real estate. So then you had free tickets to Squat Up, right? For me, right?
Yeah, so then we brought James to Squat Up Summit.
It's Survival Summit this year, and now you're in Owners Club. And you're only 14 years old, and you love real estate so much. I start seeing you around and help with your dad. Can you explain to me what kind of involvement you have in the current business with your dad, working together?
He's in the process of trying to learn how to do wholesaling. And so we plugged James into John and Justin Piquel's wholesaling team. And so right now, James is doing connector roles. So he finds acquisition wholesalers, and then we hand them and connect them to John Justin Piquel's team, and then they dispo it. And then the profit is split 50-50 between the acquisition and disposition.
I see.
And then they pay us a piece of the disposition.
I gotcha. So do you have them pick up the phone call? They give you a list to call?
Oh, so they don't give me the phone numbers. I have to go do the acquisitions. So if I go to Facebook Marketplace, go to search up real estate, or go to the groups I have, and I make posts on it.
You sell the home, yes.
Yeah, and I'll be like, looking for houses in the DFW area, Phoenix area, wherever. Then
the wholesaler will reach out to you?
Yeah.
They have something to sell?
Like there's something to give me. Then we'll split it 50-50 with them. So yeah, that's what I'm doing with them.
I see. Have you made any connector fee yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. That's okay. It's going to take a while. I believe when I first joined the Subto, it took me the entire year to vet another deal and say no to another deal. And the right deal will come. I have no doubt about it. And you were very enthusiastic about it, and then I think the right deal will come for you. I have no doubt about it. And I know your dad, he's been doing co-living for a while. How do you think about your dad doing co-living?
I think it's a really good thing.
Strategy. Yeah. Have you ever helped him out with anything to set up the house or go tour the property?
We went and toured the property at Squat Up Summit, and I helped find that property.
Oh, you've helped find the property. Tell me more about that. Which property you helped find?
We didn't end up buying it.
That's okay.
But I went on Zillow and I was on FaceTime with him while he was in Dallas. I was like, hey, I really like this house. You want to go look at it? Maybe we could even get it. And he was like, yeah, let's go. We'll look at it. You ended up touring it that next day.
Do you have a W area or in Phoenix?
Dallas.
Okay, in Dallas. Oh, wow, you're in...
And I flew there for 2 days to see one property, and it didn't work.
Right.
And it was in a terrible neighborhood, which I didn't know until I actually went there. Then it was, okay, what am I going to do tomorrow?
Right. Well, since I'm here already.
Right. And so James found several different properties. And I said, okay, I'm going to drive by this one. And then
maximize your time there.
Yes. And then the next morning, we were able to set up a meeting with the real estate agent, and we put it under contract a couple days later. So one of the big things that we learned was, even though we had 5 or 6 different capital raisers, said that they had capital, that it's ready to go.
Yeah, they're like, I'm committed until I have to sign the paper.
Right. And they were saying, as soon as you get a deal under contract, let me know, and then we'll fund it.
Right.
And then they didn't fund it. And it was more of a base hit. It wasn't a home run deal. Yeah. But then we learned the importance of confirming with the capital raisers. What kind of money do you have? How much capital do you have? And so a lot of the capital raisers that we were working with, they had short-term money.
Right, like a 6 months or less.
That was 6 months, maybe 12 months. And we were looking for 5-year money as a partner.
I see.
as a PMP.
Okay. Do you ended up have to fund it yourself?
We ended up not being able to close on it, and so we had to back out of the deal.
All the Dallas property.
Yeah, which is hard because we had $5,500 in that property.
Like EMD?
Yes, so we had $4,500. I think that was put down as the security deposit as EMD.
Right.
And then we did a home inspection. That was another $500 or $600. I think we did an appraisal as well because we were pushing
To get it
to
cut.
get it all done.
Yeah.
And then the capital did come through.
I see. So what would you say the lesson learned from there? You mentioned about like sometimes you have to confirm the capital raiser actually have a fund and they're ready to deploy it, right?
Correct.
And what do you think about buying it remotely? 'Cause obviously, you make the trip down there to see it and you realize the first one, the property is not in the right zip code you wanted to do. And then you found another one. Was that the first co-living property outside of your backyard?
It was a second.
Second.
So the first one we bought in Phoenix.
Phoenix.
I mean, we bought it with Jamil's sister, Rahima.
Oh, Rahima, yes. They're doing a lot of big. Okay, you bought it from her. You bought it with her.
With her.
With her. Okay, so she's a partner on the.
She was not a partner.
She was not a partner. She was in charge of making sure the build was being done.
She found the property, provided the financials. She said, here's exactly what it's going to rent for.
Right.
And then she led the remodel crew
Ah, I see.
She was going to do a property
to
management.
do the remodel.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then she's doing property management after it's all done.
That was the original plan.
Right.
But then things changed right at the end.
That's so interesting about real estate game, right? Sometimes we have to adapt. Sometimes the problem comes and you decided, you know what, I can fix that, or I can walk away to divert my attention to another project that might
Exactly.
work, right? So let's talk a little bit about your co-living journey and how do you see James now? I'm sure you're very proud of him. You know, I can kind of foresee my son, if he's turning into his age, I'm going to start helping with the real estate business, right? Like I might even just, hey, mow the grass. go do some property management and run some errand for me. How did you foresee James in the next few years? That where you like him to be?
Yeah, so the way he got started is as we bought the first property, then a second, third, we just filled him in and included him
Right.
in various parts of the business. So he helped do some demo work. And
Right.
pull apart
Demo work?
squares
What
that-
kind of demo work you did? Swinging hammer?
Did I do that? I think I did on one property.
Uh-huh.
For our first one, there was like 2x2 squares of carpet, and we took out all the carpet in our first ever property.
Oh, wow. You did all
And
that?
Yeah, and then me and my sister ended up bringing our hoverboards into the house. We started just riding them around inside the property because we didn't care if we messed it up.
But all these commercial carpet squares were covering up original hardwood floors from 1960.
Right. So you rip it out and then refurbish the flooring.
That's right. Yeah, we just refinished the floors.
That's a goal. When you rip out the carpet and you see the original carpet floor, that's like usually it's like, yay, treasure.
Right.
Because you know, you don't have to redo the floor, you just refinish it.
Right, and that was 6 years ago. So he's 14 now. So he was 8. And so he could still do little stuff like that. And we pulled.
It does not feel like it was 6 years ago. It feels like it was like just like last year.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we pulled the shutters off the house.
Uh-huh.
Right, we unscrewed them
Right.
and we spread the plastic out.
Uh-huh.
And then James and my wife and daughter Molly, I mean, we were all spray painting them out in the grass, like on top of the plastic.
That must be so fun for you. Yeah.
We could all be helpful in our own way.
Right. And then you find things that they could do that's fitting to their age. And I'm sure that's a good memory they carry on with them. Yeah. And
Right.
I think it's so important to give that chance to the kids so they can be part of the business starting from when they're so young. And you were just 8 years old then, right? My older son is now turning 7, but he loved helping. You know, he liked carrying, like when we go to Home Depot shopping, he would help carry some things that he could help carry. And then I'm sure he probably said, hey, when you go look at the houses, they probably say, hey, did you look at this house? Did you like that? Did you put down the contract?
How long have you been in the Subto community?
I joined about 2 years ago. Yeah, but I bought my first rental house since 2019. And I bought it with the intention that I know I'm going to start a family and I want to build a legacy for my kids. And I'm sure your dad and mom feel that same way. I think it's such a wonderful thing that you kind of teach them the entrepreneurial spirit since they're young. And that's not the thing that school will ever teach you.
So this is your first year of Owners Club?
Second year. I'm the OG just like your
The
dad.
GOC.
Yeah, OGOC. Tell me about, other than the connector, do you have any other thing that interests you? What would be the next step for you?
Okay, so my summit is by the time I turn 16. So I have like a year and 3 months. I want to have my first apartment building.
Wow. I think you could do it. I think you could do it, especially if you're just
In the right place.
yeah, in the right place. And there are a lot of people they can help you.
Yeah.
You don't have to know everything. You just have to start. And I think you're doing all the right thing.
And what's your total Mount Everest in 5 years?
Oh, I want to be a millionaire by the time I'm 19 with 20 apartment buildings and 5 co-living houses.
By co-living house. You don't want them to be all apartment building. You would still want some little.
I want some co-living.
Okay. What will be your perfect clientele or your perfect tenant? Do you have a specific profile? Are you hoping for a student, hoping for a senior, or like we're talking
I'll only have a specific
client area?
Yeah, I have a specific clientele.
Yeah.
Whoever's friendly.
Yeah. Searching affordable house here. Is it gonna be in Phoenix?
I have not marked that down yet.
Yeah.
I was thinking about Dallas. Now I'm kind of interested in doing it in the Charlotte area.
Uh-huh.
Hour away from hometown.
Okay. North Carolina?
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay, that's where you guys are located? For some reason, I always thought you guys are in Phoenix. Maybe just because you're posting some social media content, like touring the houses. I remember I seeing you, was like, you're touring the house like this, how I should fix this, why this is wrong. I have to call the contractors back to fix this one. You remember that video? It's really good. Thank you for joining me today. I think it's so valuable for people to kind of see an entrepreneur as a parent, as mom and dad, when they decide to bring their kids into the business and how much involvement there in the business and how much opportunity help open their eyes. What would you say to James for the next few years? What would you like to see him go?
So I think number one, as we're thinking about how do I get my kid integrated and involved and exposed to real estate, so then they can make an informed decision. Even at 8 or 10 or 12 years old.
Right.
You can paint, you can carry supplies, you can clean up, you can pull nails out of boards, you can pick up sticks and rake the lawn. There's all kinds of stuff. We can do a rough paint.
Right.
You may need a parent or an adult to then come back and clean up the drips and that kind of stuff.
It's good to expose them into that. I think it's important to understand that every work, there's a cost involved. Why we sometimes do the work, sometimes we hire it out. Like, your cost of money, your cost of effort, right? I'm sure you're not understand that, hey, would it make sense for me to do that? It's funny you say, I don't do that anymore. Why made you say that?
That's just not
what you're good at.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we have tradespeople, they're skilled labor. They can do it much faster than when we try to save a penny here and there. It's funny you mentioned that. I learned that second year into in my investment journey. I used to be very frugal. I save every penny. I'm like, well, why would I want to hire a painter? I can just paint it myself. Why would I want to fix this? My husband can take care of that. But then we didn't factor in our cost of money, our time. But it's great that you learn that very early in stage to do that.
James scans the receipts for us. So when we get back from this business trip, we're going to pull the receipts out. And then before we scan it into Google Drive, which then goes to our bookkeeper in India.
He helped categorize it.
Yep. So he'll make sure that we write, this is a business travel food or lodging or whatever it is, transportation. And he circles, make sure that the date is circled. The location, how it was paid.
Yeah.
And then he'll scan it in and make sure it goes into the Google shared drive. And then the bookkeeper picks it up and matches the receipt against that individual transaction. And that way every transaction has the receipt attached. And that way the investor that provided the capital or another partner, any of us can look at
the
books because they're all electronic. We all have access to the income statement, the balance sheet, cash flow statement, right? All those things.
Right. It had to be categorized and everything.
And that way we all help find any gaps or we ask questions and help hold each other accountable.
I don't know if you know about this. Since he sounds like he's your little bookkeeper, you can pay him for his labor. And when he is so young, you can start a solo 401k even for him. Roth IRA, I think Roth IRA is even better because you can tax-free money and you can use that money to buy your apartment building that you're going to own before you turn 19.
What things do your kids do?
They can't do like bookkeeping yet. I'm trying to teach him to be better at math, but I think they can help us like sort out when we go to do renovation of the houses. We usually hire out, but we will take them to walk around in units. Say, hey, what do you think about this? Oh, they didn't fix this one. We have to call a plumber. They have to come back to fix this. Otherwise, it's going to be a hazard for our tenant, something like that. Or we go property shopping. We usually take them with us. So they always feel like, oh, we're doing road tripping every time I come home and say, Mommy, did you go go buy another house? I'm like, not quite yet, but I enjoy that. I think it's such a great family tradition to do that when they're young. And then there's kids here. No, they're not here. I wish they are though. So that's great that you can get to chill with your dad. They're in summer camp right now. I'm trying to keep them on the routine, but as soon as we get back, we're a couple of property we're gonna go look at. Yeah, so they always go on a trip with us. I want to thank you for joining me today, and I think it's so great for people to see entrepreneurial family, how you start your kids young, and I think it is all the great thing. You have a really bright future. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you.
This is amazing.